Why didn't nobody tell me like dating white men is borderline overwhelming? Because I never expected them to be like so date ready.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, all the love in the world. So I decided to show my face today because I've been doing kind of like podcasts, and in today's video we're going to be listening to black women share their experiences dating white men. I've not dated a white man before. I don't know what it's like to date a white man, although I see some black women, African women dating white men on social media, and I also saw some people sharing their experiences. I decided to bring it here for my subscribers to watch the videos, and then we'll come back to analyze it.
If you're a girl who never dated white men and then started dating white men, I need like your perspective. I need your experience, because I'm genuinely going to start dating white men now. For the longest time I did not date white men. Probably since high school was the last time I actually talked to a white guy. It's just never been my type. I've never really felt like I related to them as much. I just was never really attracted to them the same way that I was with like ethnic men. And ethnic men always just like seemed to be more attracted to me when I was growing up. So that's just always what I went for, and I just never looked back. But now that I'm older, I'm genuinely thinking that I need to not cut out a whole race of men, because it's like, especially white men, it's like, if I want to settle down and get married, it seems like they're the ones who are more so ready to do that. Like, I feel like they're just taught that that's what you do, and they commit to the person they're with and they're ready to get married. I need to start thinking about my future family and think about what's going to be best for me in the long run and the least stressful on me and my kids. So like, I feel like I need to just start dating them. So like, if you have made that transition, that sounds so dumb. But like, if you're a woman who never really dated them and then you actually ended up with one, like, what's it like? Like, how different is it? Like, did you gain attraction to them? Like, I just need some insight, to be honest, especially from like women of color. I would love to hear your perspective.
Okay, but for real though, dating white men is a completely different experience and a little overwhelming. So I was married to a white man, and we met on a Friday. We spent the whole weekend together, and by Monday we were living together. And 6 months later, we got married. There was never a time where I was like confused about his intentions. Like, he made himself clear that this is what he wanted. And yeah, he made it happen. And before you say anything, no, he wasn't a serial killer. He was actually a really good man, and he took very good care of me.
I can always tell when a black girl dates white guys. I'm always right 99.9% of the time. I don't know if it's because I'm very open to dating whoever, so I can kind of get the vibes, but I'm always right. When black creators that I absolutely love pop out with their new man, and their new man is like a white guy, I can always peep that from a mile away. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the hair behind the ears, like having the indie style, the luxe black girl style. There will be those few moments where I'm genuinely shocked by the outcome of who they're dating. But for the most part, I'm always right. Like, I'm always right down to a T. Maybe it's the creators that I follow, but I don't know.
When I was younger, I dated a lot of white boys. Firstly, because I grew up in a very white town, so there weren't so many options. I also grew up with my white side of my family, so I didn't know much about my ancestry and wasn't connected that much to black culture. But dating white boys so much honestly fucked with my head. I think firstly because I was seeking validation from it. Like, kind of in the time where I was, it was almost like I was like at the bottom of the dating pool. It was like, if you're like, white, pretty, straight hair, blonde, you're at the top. And then like the further away you are from that, the lower down you are. I was one of the only people of color in my school, so I was pretty low down. And so all the time growing up, I just felt like, oh my god, I'm so ugly, like no one will ever love me, da 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 da. And when I got to uni, this didn't change, because it was so in my head that like the pinnacle of being like a romantic object of like beautiful desire was like getting the like fit white boy in your class to like fancy you and fall in love. And as I glowed up and got my hair done and my lashes done and my nails, I started to learn how to like pull these boys in, but I never really got what I wanted at the end of the day, which was like deep, radical, enduring love. And obviously that's because I was doing it all wrong. I was looking outside myself for validation. I was looking to people who didn't necessarily see or understand like the full depth and capacity of myself. And I was hoping that somehow this like picture perfect relationship would give me the satisfaction that was really a lack that was coming from deep within. And after one of these like temporary depressing relationships ended, I remember just sitting down to myself and saying like, something has to change, like something has to give, like what the fuck are you doing? And it's not that all white boys were bad, or that there were no white people out there, capable of loving me. I don't think that's the case. But it was that I had to take the time to truly focus on who I was and like what I had to offer and like why I loved myself first. And a big part of that was learning to love the color of my skin, my race, my ancestry, my family, who I really was in all of my aspects and all of the different parts of my identity. It also came to me loving my queerness as well, and dating people with the same gender identity or just lots of different gender identities than me. And in doing that, I realized it's very, very beautiful to be who you are. And sometimes to find out who you are, you have to let go of something that isn't serving you. You have to like release something in order to make space for like newness and wholeness in your life. So that is why I said goodbye to white boys. And that is why I released the song today, years later, because I truly believe that the message it was delivering at the time for my younger self, and for anyone that needs to hear it, is a beautiful one of like self-love and redemption.
So I just saw a post that said black women tend to go over to white men after dealing with all of the struggle love with the black men, because they say like white men treat us better, they propose to us faster, all these good things, right? But in my case, I say the grass is not always greener on the other side, because I went through struggle love with black men. I'm like pro black love or whatever. I said I would never talk to a white man, right? But then after all my other situations, I was like, dang, like let me try a white man. Like I guess I'll get out of my comfort zone. So once I started talking to a white man, it was actually going good, and I was like, oh wow, he's actually super nice. He's giving me compliments all the time. He's saying that he likes my hair. He's saying that I dress better than the white girls. He's giving me like, you know, presents, and he's taking me out, whatever. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is 10 times better than my past relationships already. And next thing I know, 3 months go by, he does a 360 and he is acting like a totally different person. He starts lying, manipulating, like doing everything wrong pretty much. And then he starts saying like low-key racist things, how he doesn't want me to do red braids because it's like too ghetto, or he's saying like how black women need to stop doing like sew-ins and just wear their natural hair because he likes it more. And then he said that he's been to Africa more times than me, so he automatically knows more about slavery and black history than me, an actual black person. So once he started saying all that, I was like, oh hell no, you know. So like it turns out he was actually the most evil man I have ever met in my life, and that kind of put me off from white men, because now I'm like, dang, like I don't even want to talk to another white man, because I'm probably gonna get a repeat of that situation, or they're probably gonna have like some low-key racist thoughts in the back of their head the whole time, you know, or I don't know how their parents think and their grandparents, all that stuff, right? So I figured like, dang, like is it actually better for me to just stick with black men, because that's what I know. Even though it is struggle love, they might act differently in relationships, but at least I know what I'm dealing with, you know. So that's what I'm saying, like the grass is not always greener, and I'm just gonna stick with my black men at that point.
What is a shock while dating or going on a date with a white guy? So mine is, the last date I went to was with this white dude. First time of us meeting, I wore a fringe, you know, that full fringe wig. I wore it, and it was like, oh, you look beautiful, blah blah blah. He was a very confirmed gentleman. He was all that. He took me to restaurants, the game house. Like we spent so many hours outside doing a lot of activities. So on us, 3 days after our first date, he said he wanted to meet me on the second date. So guys, I changed my wig. Dude could not recognize me. He was like, is this you? I said yes. He wanted to confirm he has to dial my number. I was like, come on, it's me. So he was like, is it not stressful for you to change your hair that soon? We met 3 days ago and you made one type of hair and now you have another type of hair. Is it not stressful? I was like, yeah, you want the stress. Yeah, I put some effort to change my hair, you know, blah blah blah. Dude did not know that it was a wig. It was so funny that he was looking at me dead in the eye all through the day. I was like, why are you staring at me so much? He was like, I just want to stare at you just in case you change your hair again, so that I will know you through your eyes, not through your hair. He said, is this how black girls shape shift often? I said, yeah, girls don't come at me. I didn't tell him my secret. Yeah, it was a wig. We wear a wig and we are okay with it. Okay guys, so what is your experience dating a white guy or going on a date with a white guy? What's something you've noticed? Comment below.
So when you want to date as a lady, don't say, oh, because this person said white men are good, that's why you just get any white man to date, because people are different. You can never tell, you can never say. There's a lady that said the grass is not always greener, so you might have a very different experience. Although based on what another lady said, she said that black women date white men because they feel like white men take them more seriously, white men are cultured, you know, they are respectful, they will propose on time, they will do this, they will do that. I really don't know. I've not dated a white man before, but if you have, please share your own experiences in the comment section. Have you been with a white person before? Do you know someone that is dating a white person? You know, you can just share it in the comment section. Although I'm happy for them, I don't really want to say much because I don't have an experience dating a white man. But what do you guys think about, you know, all that was said? Do you think it is appropriate for black women to date white men, or should black women just stick with black men? You know, and do you think it's appropriate for white men to date black? Like, what do you think? What's your opinion on, you know, interracial dating? I'd love to see your comments in the comment section. My name is Benita. Subscribe to my channel if you like this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.